Last time, someone in the chat recommended me to go to the preferences and switch on the Python tools tooltip. And I was originally I was thinking this was the printout when I do an action. So at this moment I was looking for what happens if I throw something in, where do I get this printout? But it ended up being not actually that. So that's something I want to clarify. So we go into edit preferences. And what I'm talking about is the Python tooltips. And if we hover over it, it says show Python references in tooltips. And then under it, that's very important. That's actually a very powerful thing in the Blender UI, is it shows the Python function or variable that we need to call to get this specific thing or manipulate this specific thing. This is super, super powerful. If you're familiar with, for example, Nuke, this is something we have there as well. And so this is something that can help us to simplify our kind of coding aspect. So if we would uncheck this, what we will notice, for example, if we hover about anything now, we don't have the Python tooltip. So this is exactly what the label actually says, Python tooltip. That's exactly what it is. If we check this on, it will add this grayish subline of the Python tooltip itself. So that is the purpose of the tooltip. So basically, if you code in Python in Blender, I would recommend to switch it on, because if you can see, every time you hover about anything, there is a tooltip to explain to you how you can access this specific element. So anything you want to access here, you can see preferences view dot show underscore splash. Okay, if you hover over any particular button, render image here, bpy.ops.render.render, and then in round brackets use underscore viewport true. So it goes into every direction and always explains us how to access certain elements using the tooltip here. And so it's really, really cool. So this is actually was not originally what I thought. I was thinking that is the the feedback of my actions. But actually it ended up being as powerful. It actually is the description. And if you're familiar with, for example, Nuke, and let's say we create a write node, and we hover over any of these, the tooltip usually is also the name of the variable. So for example, it's the label says frame, but that is not how Python variable name is. So if we want to actually access the frame kind of variable name, let's say to manipulate it, to change from expression to start at or offset, we would not say frame, we would say frame underscore mode. And that applies for everything else. You can see here, file underscore type, that's the variable name for Python. And under it is the actual tooltip. So it's kind of the other way around compared to that. But the difference is, it's not as powerful. If you can see, like I can hover about anything else, it doesn't give me the tooltip. It's actually only related to knobs, which is, I would say like 50%, and also it doesn't give you the full kind of like range of it, which you don't really need, because it actually, you access the node and then you access something inside the node. So it's not the most important thing. But at the end of the day, this is super powerful, because if you look at anything basically and you hover over anything, it allows you to manipulate that. Everything that is a button, anything that is an action, a checkbox or anything, it will tell you the Python code equivalent, which means you can integrate that for your startups, to integrate for your script setups and so on. So super, super powerful. So yeah, this is one of the best checkboxes you can use when you are coding in Blender.